Hey guys, it's Ash, and I'm back again for my 1 month on testosterone update video. This video is actually being uploaded a day late because I tried to upload it yesterday, but it didn't want to. And then I was like, you know what? It wasn't the best the first time I videoed it, so I thought I'd do it again since it's late anyway. So this is actually my 1 month and 1 day on testosterone, I suppose. But yeah, I can't tell you guys how excited I am to be making this video. Like, I can't tell you how many nights that I fell asleep dreaming about what it's going to be like to be on testosterone and what's going to happen to me, and now here I am. And it just means the world to me, and I know that a lot of you are excited to be on this journey with me out of curiosity or support or whatever it is. I know a lot of people are interested to see what happens to me as well, so I'm glad we're on this journey together. I do have a little list here of like all the changes that I've had over the last month. Something that I will say is I wasn't expecting as many changes as fast as I got them, and I remembered that my endocrinologist, one who helped me get on testosterone, did say that some people prefer gel because you actually get more changes happen faster when you go on the gel over injection. Because when you get the injection, you get like testosterone boost, and then that slowly depletes through the month and then like spikes again. Whereas because I'm taking my gel every day, I'm on a steady constant level and actually getting way more changes than I expected. I mean, I literally had changes showing up within like day 2. It was insane, and I am very grateful and just completely blown away so far. So without further ado, onto the list. So the first change, and probably the most noticeable, is my voice is deeper, which is really, really cool. I actually had my voice getting deeper on day 2, and funny little story, the first sign that I had my voice is getting deeper is the fact that I could suddenly hit a note that I couldn't hit before, a lower note. And I've actually been using singing as a way to track my voice progress, because it is actually a really good way to do that. And also just fun, being able to sing songs in new ways or on different keys and different octaves than I had been able to before. So that's really fun. Another change that is quite noticeable is my face has become a bit more masculinized. My jaw is looking a bit squarer. At the end of the video, I'm going to attach all like the photos and stuff to show my changes, and yeah, I'm going to go attach a photo that I believe is from like a few days of me being on testosterone, and then a more recent photo to show how my jaw and how my face has changed, and it is actually quite cool to see. My third change I'm going to talk about is the fact that I am stronger than before. I have some muscle mass coming in, which is cool as well. I did actually start joining, I actually did start going to the gym about 2 weeks ago, and I've been going pretty religiously every other day since, because I've always said when I started testosterone, I will go to the gym so I can get those muscles, because I'm not gonna lie, I've always dreamt about being a dude with muscles, so it's gonna be fun to, get there. But even before I started going to the gym, I realised I was getting stronger. I mean, a few days in, I can remember Mum asked me to pick up like two 2-litre bottles of like Coke, and I picked them up with one arm and thought, fuck me, this is light, I thought this was heavier. So it's cool, I'm getting stronger, which I am very much enjoying. It's not very noticeable yet because it's still early days. My Adam's apple has been growing. I can tell you that for a fact because when it first started growing, it was quite, I wouldn't say painful, but uncomfortable would be probably the better word for it. I was very aware of my Adam's apple, and I could feel it like when I swallowed and when I spoke, and it was a little uncomfortable at first. However, I guess my body has gotten used to it because it's not so bad now. So we've got this boy growing, which is very exciting. I've always wanted an Adam's apple. Speaking about that did also remind me to say that whilst my voice has been deepening, it feels like I'm speaking from somewhere else as well. It feels like before I was on testosterone, I was speaking from more like up here, whereas now it feels like I'm speaking from like lower in my chest. And just like a funny little point I'd add, speaking makes my chest like reverberate more than before now, because I guess my vocal cords are different, but like when I speak, my whole neck like kind of vibrates with the like force of me speaking, and I didn't get that before, and that's pretty cool. When my first first started getting deeper, it felt like I almost had like a scratchy hoarse voice. Like I had like almost a sore throat without the actual soreness. It did feel kind of hoarse, and I was having to clear my throat a lot, just kind of when I was speaking, because I hadn't and haven't got any voice breaks yet. The first thing was just kind of feeling that hoarse sensation in my throat and having to clear my throat. I have had like maybe 2 or 3 very tiny like voice breaks, but I haven't had any like real voice cracks yet, so I'm assuming that will be coming. I've been lucky to avoid them so far, but they will find me. I can't avoid them forever. I also am a lot sweatier now, and I smell different too. Like the smell of my sweat and the smell of my pee smells different. But it is summer and it is hot. This is not the most convenient time for this, I have to admit. But yeah, I'm always some level of sweaty. It's really gross, and I sweat everywhere now, like everywhere. And yeah, I have to shower like every day at the minute, or I'm gonna be sweaty, and it's kind of gross. I really enjoyed before testosterone being a guy who smelled nice. Well, not anymore. I always smell now. It's literally puberty all over again. Fuck's sake, man. And yeah, as I said, the smell has changed, so my sweat is a lot more, I'd say it's stronger smelling, you know, you can really, it's really in your face sweaty, and yeah, my pee now smells like basically what a public bathroom smells like. It's man pee. It is stronger and smellier and gross. So I now smell like a gross sweaty dude. That is very cool. I did have a weird gender euphoria moment about that, because like, yeah, I'm a gross sweaty dude and like, ew, but also I'm a gross sweaty dude. Weird gender euphoria moment there, really, really weird, but it did get a little euphoria from that. I know it won't show up on camera, but I actually do, oh, maybe it will a little bit. I actually have like a bit of a mustache shadow coming through, and that is quite cool. It's an almost visible mustache. Yeah, the hairs I already originally had there, because I've had facial hair for years. I just used to, if you're used to watch my channels, you remember I used to dye my facial hair to make it more visible, because I do have like some level of facial hair. I use minoxidil to grow facial hair on my face, and it is there. It's just blonde. Whereas now I'm on testosterone, some of those hairs are starting to become darker, and now you can actually somewhat see that I have a growing mustache, so that's very cool. I was telling my friend, and I said, honestly, give it like 2 weeks and I reckon this might be visible, because every day I've got more dark hairs there, more blonde hairs that turn dark overnight. So I reckon 2 weeks time, this bad boy might be visible. I've also said to, because some of my friends have suggested shaving it so it will like grow back better, and I know it will, but I'm also curious to see how my facial hair naturally grows. So I've kind of said I'm not going to shave unless my facial hair starts to get patchy, or if I just look like a mess. If it looks scruffy, then I'll shave. But before then, I really don't want to shave any facial hair. I kind of want to see how it naturally grows. I do, if I can, hopefully I'm not one of these trans guys that can't, but I do plan on growing a beard. So it's going to be really interesting to see like how it grows and what grows first. So obviously I've had my mustache grow first. I've also, definitely know it won't show on camera, but I've got a chin hair somewhere along here that people have noticed, which is also really cool. So I'm starting to grow facial hair, and the fact that I'm starting to grow facial hair within the first month is insane, because obviously every trans guy reacts differently to hormones. There's no normal way for someone to react to testosterone, but I know that a lot of the time trans guys have to wait like months and months before they start getting facial hair. I mean, I won't get ahead of myself, my mustache is turning darker and I have a chin hair, but I'm hoping that this does mean that I'm just going to have, like, you know, start to be growing facial hair over my face, and that'll be really cool. So hopefully I won't have to wait like 6 months for that to happen. But, you know, we will see. Next one is also along the lines of hair. I have leg hair on like the back of my calves now, which is, I didn't have hair there before, and my actual like hair is starting to grow darker and thicker as well, so that's really cool. People have noticed that. I am yet to have any hair on my arms, which is interesting because I put testosterone here, and I kind of thought that I would get hair growth where I've been applying the gel, but I haven't yet, but that's fine. My hair's growing hairier. My hair's growing hairier? Oh, I mean, I suppose it is, but my leg hair is growing hairier. And I've also got, fuck it, I've got a little bit of a snail trail coming here. I was like, I'm not going to show it because it's not going to show on camera, but it is there. I promise you, it's there. I'm growing a little something there. It's very exciting. And then next one is just about like how it's affected me. So I've got a higher libido, which I was told would happen, but I was a little bit surprised by how hard it happened. I knew my libido would rocket a little bit, but it is proper spiked up through the roof. I'm going through puberty again. It's insane. I actually don't know if this is like my levels of like my libido where it's at now is like where it's at, and like this is my new libido, or if it's because I'm basically going through puberty again and I'm just gonna have a horny time, you know, as my hormones are everywhere, and it will settle. And you know, I'm thinking my libido might probably be higher than before, just as a settled point, but I'm hoping it's not where it's at now because it's insane. Puberty too is crazy. I'm also way hungrier, which is really great for me. If you are someone who knows me close in real life, you know that I don't necessarily eat a lot, but when I first started testosterone, I could literally have dinner and I'd still be hungry and I'd be like, right, what can I eat now? It has settled a little bit from then, but I am definitely eating more than I did before, which is actually really great and healthy for me, so I am very positive about that change. I have already started entering menopause, which is very shit because I am now getting hot flushes, and I am so much more sympathetic to my mum. My mum was getting hot flushes and she would like crank her like AC on in her car in the winter, so it'd be like freezing cold, and I get in and I'm like, Mum, it's freezing, turn the heat on. And she's like, no, I have hot flushes. No, I get it now. They are so horrible. They are so uncomfortable. It's just shit. It's summertime as well, you know, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if it was winter, but no, it is so hot, and I'm getting even hotter because my body's like, haha, hot flush. So, you know, I describe the sensation as kind of like, you know, when you blush so hard that your face feels hot. Kind of feels like that all the time, or just like I'm literally on fire. I'm also getting achy joints, which is really fun. So going through menopause at 21, we love it. But as Mum keeps saying to me, I asked for this, so can I complain? Yes, and I'm going to anyway. Also, on the subject of menopause, I was told that periods would be different when you're on testosterone, and I didn't know what that meant. But actually, I am currently on my period at the minute, and no, they are right, periods are different. They're just kind of like lighter and easier to manage. Like, honestly, it's been such like a different contrast to what I'd normally have to deal with. I've barely really had to do anything with my flow so light, just kind of like, you know, I use a tampon a day and then like one for overnight, which is way less than I was using before. So it's a lot easier to manage, which is really nice. It's light, it's easy. It's really not the big thing that it was before. So it's also going to be interesting to see when they fully end. But you know what? I'm okay with how my periods are right now on testosterone. It's so much easier and better. So I'm getting a lot less gender dysphoria from that, which I'm loving. Oh, I missed this one when I was talking about hair. So my hair, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like a different texture. It's like, it's also horrifically messy right now, but we're not going to talk about that. But I don't know, it feels different. It feels like it's, I don't know, like thinner or like more brittle, but like not brittle because it's like quite healthy at the minute. I've actually gotten a bunch of compliments on my hair recently, so yeah, 2 different people complimented me on my hair, so I'm clearly doing something right. But yeah, no, it's a different feel, and I can't exactly put my finger on why, but it is just different. I know that let me try that again. I know that male and females generally have different texture of hair, and yeah, my hair is definitely changing to be more like male textured. This one I know also went on camera, but like I've had more visible veins through here, and I'm not talking about like when you start testosterone and your veins stop to like pop out the way guys like veins do sometimes. I haven't experienced that yet, but what I have experienced is my veins being more visible. So I've like seen the blue of my veins running from like down to here before, and just kind of like, it was interesting to map out, see my veins go. But no, I'm noticing a lot more that like I can actually see my veins a lot more visibly since testosterone, and I can see the colour of my veins as well more. I can't give you an answer on why that is. I can't tell you the science behind it and be like, oh, it's because males have the veins. I don't know. I'm gonna ask my doctor friend, potentially, be like, hey Jem, why are my veins different colours now? Well, not different colours, but you know what I mean. But yeah, no, I don't understand what that is, but it is kind of cool, so I thought I'd mention it. And then the last two are, I know this is a really terrible shirt to say this in because it's like really baggy and not, you know, it doesn't really show off my figure, but I think my shoulders are like broader and squarer. I don't know, I just feel like they've started looking more masculine, but I've always had quite broad shoulders, which has like been really helpful as a trans guy. I've always had quite masculine shoulders, but I think they're just you know, squaring out a bit, which is quite cool. And lastly, I've got some muscle definition coming in now, as I knew I would on testosterone eventually. I didn't realise it had happened within the first month, but I also don't know how much to credit because I have been going to the gym. But yeah, I've just got like, when I flex, you can actually see that I've got muscle now, which is an improvement from before. You couldn't see that before. I've gained some weight. I don't know if how much of that is like fat redistribution and me gaining weight on testosterone, or how much of that is muscle I've put on since I've been going to the gym the last 2 weeks. But I used to be like 65 kilograms, now I'm like 77, so you know, I haven't put on masses, but I am a bit heavier these days. But yeah, some of that could be muscle, and honestly, yeah, that's kind of the changes that I have to bring to you so far. I mean, I have the obvious ones, that like I've got more acne, my skin's a bit oily now, my hair gets greasier, but I am going through puberty again, so those are really to be expected. And just within myself, I feel more confident, happier. Everyone's been saying they can notice a difference since I've been on testosterone. I feel so much better knowing that I have testosterone in me now instead of estrogen. Just knowing that makes me feel so much more confident. I'm passing better. I'd say my voice probably definitely does help with that. But yeah, no, I'm doing really good. One thing that I will say, just quickly before I end this video, I wasn't expecting this change, but maybe I should have actually. I have been more depressed also since starting testosterone, and I know that sounds really crazy because, you know, I'm so happy on testosterone, I'm loving the changes, I'm loving everything that's happening, I've waited years for this, so you may be sitting there thinking, well, you know, you really want this, you've wanted this for years, and you're clearly very happy, so why are you more depressed from testosterone? And the answer to that is, I have depression. I've been on antidepressants since I've been 17, so I've taken them for the last 4 years. But also, I am going through puberty again, so I've got a lot of hormones going on in my brain. It's a bit funky up there because obviously this is such a detrimental time in my life. I've got loads of hormones coursing through me, everything's changing, I'm changing, my body's changing. So I'm basically going through puberty again, and to anyone who has anxiety, depression, or general mental health problems, you can probably remember that puberty was, if it was anything like mine, a difficult time to say the slightest. So yeah, I actually need to prepare for the fact that my depression will actually be a little bit worse for a while because I'm going through puberty again, and you know, I'm going to be all hormonal and a lot's going to be going on, like, inside of me. So I need to be prepared for the fact my depression is actually worse at the minute, and it will be worse. But, like, just purely because of what's going on with my body. But also counteracting that, I just feel so happy all the time, so confident and so much better, that it really almost kind of doesn't matter, because everything is going so well for me. But I didn't think about the fact that my mental health would be rockier whilst being on testosterone, and maybe I should have thought about that actually. But it's not at all a bad thing. It's very manageable at the minute, and I'm hoping it stays manageable. I've got a lot of friends around me, a lot of support around me, but I am just putting this out there for, I know I've got a lot of trans friends on my Facebook and who'll be watching this who are also thinking about transitioning medically and going on HRT. So to them I'd just say, be aware going into it that if you have mental health problems, they will probably get worse. Just whilst you're on testosterone or estrogen and transitioning. But the end goal is absolutely worth it. It is just interesting to note mental health may be rougher, but the end result, you'll be so much happier, it doesn't even matter. So I guess that's one downside to testosterone, along with the way the gel feels. I did originally say that I was going to switch over to the injection after 3 months, but because I'm getting changes faster, because of, you know, the fact that I'm on the gel and I'm getting testosterone constantly every day, I might actually wait until, you know, my changes start slowing down, stop coming in so thick and fast before I make the change, and once I do, then I'll go to the injection. But yeah, if you've watched the whole video, thank you for watching. I hope you stay updated in what I'm going to be doing. I really can't speak today. I'll upload monthly videos and keep everyone posted on like all the changes that are happening to me. It's just really fun to be able to educate people who want to know more, and also just have these videos for myself, so in years to come I can look back at how I've changed and how everything used to be and how different things are. So it'll be really nice to have that for myself as well as everyone else. But yeah, as of now, that's it. This is the end of the video. So this is my voice, 1 month on testosterone. Right, awesome. Well, I'll see you next month, and thanks for watching. Bye.